Heartbreak hung heavy in the air. The last box thumped onto the floor. Sarah surveyed her new apartment. It was small, but it was hers. A fresh start. A chance to rebuild. Away from him. Apartment 103 right next door stood silent and dark. Probably empty, Sarah thought, a shiver running down her spine. The first few days were quiet. Sarah unpacked, arranged furniture, and tried to ignore the aching void in her chest. It was therapeutic, this process of rebuilding her life piece by piece. Yet, a nagging unease lingered at the back of her mind. Something about apartment 103 felt off. One evening, Sarah noticed a faint scratching sound coming from next door. It was faint, easily dismissed as pipes or an overactive imagination, but it persisted, a rhythmic rasp that sent chills down her spine. Later that night, she woke to the distinct scent of damp earth, cold and heavy in the air. It seemed to emanate from the wall she shared with apartment 103. Fear, sharp and cold, gripped her. Days turned into weeks, each one punctuated by strange occurrences. The scratching sounds became more frequent, more insistent, as if something was trying to claw its way through the wall. The earthy smell returned intermittently, suffocating, laced with something metallic and unfamiliar. Sarah tried to rationalize it, to attribute it to faulty plumbing or a damp patch. But deep down, a seed of dread had been sown. One afternoon, Sarah returned from work to find her door slightly ajar. Her heart pounded in her chest. Had she forgotten to lock it? Cautiously, she peered through the peephole of apartment 103. A tall, gaunt figure with unkempt hair stood with its back to her, seemingly rummaging through a drawer. Fear choked her. Who was this man, and how did he get in? Desperate for answers, Sarah contacted the building manager. Mr. Henderson, a portly man with a perpetually surprised expression, listened patiently to her concerns, his brow furrowed. "Apartment 103 has been vacant for months, dearie," he said, his voice a low rumble. Ever since Mr. Kramer disappeared." Mr. Kramer, Mr. Henderson explained, was an unassuming tenant who kept to himself. He was an artist, known for his disturbing charcoal sketches of shadowy figures and desolate landscapes. Then, one day, he vanished without a trace. His easel lay abandoned, a half-finished sketch of a haunting face staring blankly from the canvas. The police investigated, but found no leads, no forced entry, no sign of a struggle. Mr. Kramer had simply vanished into thin air. The revelation sent a shiver down Sarah's spine. The scratching, the smell, the man in the apartment, it all pointed to something sinister, something connected to the missing Mr. Kramer. She spent the next few days on edge, jumping at shadows, her sleep plagued by unsettling dreams of shadowy figures and haunting eyes. One particularly dark and stormy night, Sarah was jarred awake by a loud, insistent knocking on her door. Her blood ran cold. It was late, far too late for visitors. The knocking continued, relentless, echoing through the empty apartment. Terror lent her a sudden surge of courage. She crept towards the door, her hand trembling as she reached for the peephole. This time it was empty. A cold dread washed over her. As she stepped back, a white envelope slid through the mail slot, landing face down on the floor. Heart pounding, Sarah picked it up. Inside, a single Polaroid photo lay nestled within. It was the man from apartment 103, his face pale and gaunt, his eyes hollow and accusing. He was holding up a sign scrawled in shaky handwriting. It read, "You're next." Sarah didn't wait to see what happened next. She grabbed her phone and her purse and fled into the night. The apartment, once a symbol of new beginnings, now represented nothing but fear and uncertainty. Even as she drove away, she could feel the weight of unseen eyes watching her, the echo of the knocking reverberating in her mind. She had escaped apartment 103, but the haunting memory of it, of Mr. Kramer's fate and the chilling message, would forever remain etched in her memory.